Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mitchells in Alaska channel again today. So now we're putting the rest of the screws in. So then Perry's kind of climbing up and down the chalk line.
Two screws coming up.
Got him. And, Tyler's just been putting the screws in. So we'll grab them screws he dropped. Kind of got to hitch my giddy up there. Can't hardly squat down. Got some sore back muscles. For some reason. Perry's kind of picking up some stuff. We're trying to keep the screws picked up as we drop them so we don't wind up finding them in our tires at some point. So. Here's another little airplane coming over. There you see him going over. Yeah, we're just a few miles away from a little lake where a lot of these little planes land at, and they fly stuff out to a lot of the outlying villages and stuff like that. So there's 2 or 3 air services that fly out of there. There's actually more single engine planes in Alaska than there is in the rest of the United States. So there's actually neighborhoods up here where people actually park their planes at their house. Some of them actually have hangars at their house. Some of them just park them in the yard, but there's actually some subdivisions, as they call them in Alaska, but they're not like the subdivisions down by home. But anyway, they actually have subdivisions where a lot of people in that subdivision own airplanes, and actually taxi them up and down the streets, and actually take off on the streets as well. So it's kind of different. It's not something that you've seen where we're from in Missouri, but hey, it's different here in Alaska for sure. Lots of airplane activities in Alaska because Alaska is so desolate and there's so few roads here that's the only way there is to get to a lot of places. That's why forest fires are so bad here, because you just can't get to them with anything other than aircraft. Helicopters dropping smoke fighters or whatever they call the guys that the helicopters drop off, and they go in on land, and smoke jumpers, that's what they call them. And they go in and start trying to stop it by, clean out a place, I guess, to help stop, a fire line, to restart another fire or something, to help stop the forest fires that way. And as you can see, with so much beetle kill up here, when it gets dry, or a lightning strike, a spark, anything, will start a forest fire. It's like the one we had the other day that was, I don't know, this was less than a quarter mile from our house, back behind our property, across the next piece of property, and there's a road there, and that's where the helicopter was at the other day, hauling water into that fire. So Tyler has done a ton of work today. He's putting screws in. You ready for a couple more chalk lines?
Yep.
All right, I gotta go get on the ladder, earn my keep. Let me toss these screws back up.
Oh, I wasn't quick enough.
Perfect throw.
Chalk line. might crank her in on the second one again. That was a faint line. Ready? Yep. Okay. You throw it loose. I'm gonna let him crank it in. I'll redo it. It was just a hair faint on the second one last time, so. Okay. Okay.
We can probably reach that next one if you want to do it too. Or you want to wait?
Yeah. Yeah, we can go ahead and hit it.
Crank it up.
Nah, go ahead if you can reach that other one.
Let me crank it in.
Now let's see what it does real quick.
Okay.
Ready? It'll work.
Got one more line to chalk after that.
And then stitching it.
Oh yeah, and then we got to stitch it. That's where you put the screws in on the part where the metal overlaps. Takes a different kind of screw when you do that part. Tyler's gonna be sore tonight.
Girl,
Oh man.
I didn't want you to get bored down there. Figured give you something to do.
I'll just wait down here for the next one.
I'm sure I'll send one. Hopefully I don't send myself with it.
Well, at least the metal ain't wet now where you're walking on it.
That's for sure.
That's a plus. And you're not walking on hidden rafters now.
Yeah.
On the last little video over there, if you watched it, Tyler
Scared
stepped in
myself a little bit earlier.
he stepped in a bad place, kind of scared us all. He said it scared him worse than it did us. I don't know if I believe that or not, but he stepped off in between rafters and might give me a heart attack. He said it did him too. But it is really a relief to see that metal going on there. I'm sure it is for Perry. He's gonna spend all the money to buy it. And he has to live there, so it sure is a relief because, like I say, that's why we didn't do the floor and stuff initially, because we didn't know if we would get this thing done before wintertime. We was afraid it might be sitting here all winter without a roof on it, so we didn't want the insulation in the floor to get wet and stuff like that.
Now I'm afraid the moose is going to walk on it before I get it up on the roof.
Yeah, we was laughing about that the other day while it was laying out here on the ground. Afraid a moose would walk through here and trample on it. But it seems weird, but there's they trample here all the time. And they're not scared of much, including people. more people are killed in Alaska by moose than there is bear. A lot of it is a lot of vehicle accidents, fatality accidents, because moose are so tall that most cars, when they hit them, they come up right up over the hood and then through the windshield. But they also have a lot of moose attacks as well. They can get pretty aggressive sometimes. And so I know sitting here watching somebody put screws in, it's probably kind of boring, but to us it's not boring. It's really rewarding to be to this point. So it seems like it's taken forever to get this far, but really it's only been a couple months since we started digging holes to set the posts in that it sets on. So it's actually went fairly quickly, but it seems like it's been a lot longer than that, because it has been a lot of work. I guess when you go through the ladders down for that last one. Big old 24-foot
There's
ladder.
a screw about right in line with you right there somewhere.
Yep. Big old 24-foot ladders. Those things are heavy. You carry that little green 16-footer around here. It's pretty easy to tote around. Those 24-footers, man, those things are heavy son of a guns. Just about let Tyler get out of sight of you there, didn't I? You see there's a lot of screws in there. He's doing a good job keeping them all straight too. Told me he was gonna give him a wrap on the beak. They weren't all straight. He's doing good, so he must not have wanted to wrap on the beak. That's a line off the movie Wyatt Earp.
Wait until we do mine, then you're gonna have to do all this for me, right?
I'll do it, because it won't be this tall, I don't think.
You're just using 4-foot walls, right?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I can't explain how scary it is to be up on the roof for me. I don't know whether it's the age, and wearing bifocals, or what it is, but it's, can't say I ever was fond of it for sure, but not like it is now. It's just scary to be up there. I can go up that short ladder there to this side, and that don't bother me too much, but it don't seem that much taller down there where I was, or up at the top of this bottom metal. It sure seems higher to me on the ladder.
Well, when you're younger, it seems like you bounce, but when you're older, it seems like
Yeah. But it is definitely a rewarding feeling to see that roof metal going on there. Still got the drip edge, or whatever you call it, that goes on the side of it over here, but put that on yet. I guess we don't want to put that last row of screws in, because we have to use that for the drip edge. So. It's definitely starting to look more like a house now.
Woo! Another 150 or 200 to go.
That's all in rows there, ain't it? So that's awesome.
Are you ready for a break?
I guess I'm ready for stitching screws.
Oh yeah. Stitching screws now. Yeah, you can't have a break yet. You want to use your drill or you want this other drill? You got the other bit?
I'd rather just have that bit perfectly.
Okay. Let's have him get
This
this.
drill's a whole lot lighter than that one.
I get it.
All right. We have tough tested both of these. The Ryobi
Yeah, they tumble and drop through.
fell through the floor or through the roof up there into the floor of the cabin, and the Milwaukee's tumbled off the roof onto the ground a couple of times. Which is really amazing that it's only happened a couple of times so far. So. So I'll shinny up this little ladder here and give you a little bit closer look at what we're doing, what he's doing there. So the stitching screws are like right here where the, maybe slow back here, where the metal overlaps here. So basically put stitching screws up this run here and it holds it down flat. So, but they don't go into the wood, so they just go through each other, so it takes a special kind of self-tapping screw for that. So
That's the one going into the wood.
you can see the
And then there's the stitching screw.
difference in the two screws. So kind of looks like a king standing up there on that roof in the skyline, don't he?
Oh yeah.
You got footprints on it from when it was wet this morning. It was sprinkling a little bit this morning. And of course, metal had been sitting out here in the rain, so it means it was had water all over it. So
Yeah.
up, there she comes. Climb back down this ladder here nice and slow. There it is right there. Oh, right there it is. How was that? That get you a little bit dizzy? Sure looks cool though, don't it? It's definitely a rewarding feeling to see the metal going on. Lots of stuff to do yet. Lots of stuff to do. We'll be putting some posts out here underneath the overhang. This will actually have a deck run all the way across the front of it here at some point. Probably won't be before winter, but we'll at least get the pier set in the ground for it to set on, so we can actually help support this 4-foot overhang for now. So make sure we don't have an issue with that this winter, because it's going to hold a lot of snow. So all the Alaskan people that are watching, they know what the snow's like up here, but the people down home where Missouri, where we're from, it is really hard to fathom the amount of snow that this gets up here. How you can actually have, 4 or 5 feet of snow up here. So it's kind of hard to imagine that, but it sure enough does. I know it sure is a weird feeling whenever you're in snowshoes and you fall down on it, and you normally use your hands to help yourself get back up, but when you fall down in 5 feet of snow, your hands can't even get them to the ground. All you can do is just keep digging around in the snow. Definitely a different kind of feeling from Missouri boys. While he's doing that, I'll show you another little thing here that Perry done. He did a little bit more clearing here a while back. I'll walk out here right quick and kind of show you that too. See the little turnaround spot here. Gives us a place to turn around back in the trailer in here. So I'm gonna walk right over here and show you another big place here that's kind of cleaned out. It's cleaning out's a long job here. You can see right there how deep that is. That's that mat or moss, whatever you want to call it here. And so there's a big spot here, and there's just on the other side of this berm right there is another big opening that cleaned out. So up in here eventually will be where we have our well and the sawmill and stuff like that. Will be in there as well. So I'll walk down here right quick and kind of give you a preview of the next project. So we also got to get tar and gravel on our driveway here. It got a little muddy, but not like it will during breakup if we don't get some tar and gravel on it. So, but here's a preview of the next project right here. So you can see the lumber and the blocks and the pad. So this is where we're going to build Tyler's at. So that'll be the next big project, and that'll be coming pretty quick. So like I say, as soon as this one's dried in, we're starting on that one. Or if we have a rainy day and can't work on this one to get it dried in, we're going to be working on that one. I'm going to get them blocks set and get the those 4x6s. Those are the 4 runners that will be underneath the cabin that it'll set on. And it's going to be a 16 by 36 foot building. It's going to be all stick build, so it'll actually go pretty fast compared to what this one's done. But we are definitely running out of time. We're definitely in the rainy season. My son will be up next week. He's going to be here for 10 days. He's flying up from Missouri, so be glad to see him. Definitely missed seeing him. I've seen him, never not been around him. So anyway, that's where we're at right now, and we're just enjoying seeing this roof go on. Can't say enough what that's like. Another screw coming down. So, like and subscribe if you would, and keep the comments coming. We definitely like the comments. Our channel's really been growing. We appreciate that. Again, we don't do any editing, so I'm sure some of what we do is boring and stuff like that. But hey, we appreciate everybody watching. It's definitely been fun. So thanks for watching.